Again, thank you for coming today. When I think of my 37 years at SVSU, it's been a journey, both for myself and this institution that I call home. I spent half of my career as a faculty member and half of it as an administrator. What has been constant over my time here has been the rhythm of the academic calendar. I've always said, if you're in education and you're not excited about the fall, you might not be in the right business. We all know this academic year was full of significant change. But here we are again with the opportunity to begin anew and to take a fresh look at the year ahead. Before I move into my formal remarks, I would like to welcome a few special guests. We have several area legislators with us today. I ask you to hold your applause until I introduce all of them. Senator Ken Horn from Saginaw County, Representative Charles Brunner from Bay City, Representative Vanessa Guerra of Saginaw, Representative Gary Glenn of Midland, and Representative Joel Johnson of Clare. I'm also aware that we have other local officials and legislative staff in the audience, and I'd like to thank you personally for coming. This year we have two members of our governing board who have completed their terms of service to SVSU. Many thanks to our outgoing board chair, Mr. Jeff Martin from the Dow Chemical Company, and to Mr. Jerome Yantz, who has served with distinction during his 16 years of service on the SVSU governing board. Governor Snyder has appointed two new members to our SVSU board. They are both well connected to the university and our alumni. Patrick McGinnis is the CEO of Fathead in Detroit, and Vicki Rupp is Corporate Service Management Director at the Dow Chemical Company. Vicki also serves on our foundation board. Lastly, I'd like to thank our SVSU Board of Trustees, Mr. David Gamez, for joining us today. Thank you, David. Now on to my remarks. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 institutional priorities that will be the focus of our journey over the next several years. They reflect the board's focus as well as input I've received from people all across this campus and community. You will see how they touch on every aspect of this university. The first priority is defining and strengthening the SVSU brand. As an institution, we have not ventured far into the advertising arena, other than during our 50th anniversary campaign. Today, as the stakes have changed and with the declining number of high school graduates, that need has also changed. For the first time ever, we have run an aggressive enrollment campaign utilizing billboards, radio, and web ads. Speaking of billboards, have you seen the new signs on I-75? You'll notice that these billboards feature real SVSU students who are accomplishing great things. Our billboard campaign will focus on 3 major things: academic excellence, community engagement, and STEM at SVSU. And we will continue to hammer away at these key themes as we tell our story in a multitude of ways, from social media, using tent cards across campus where many guests congregate. There's more to come. Every one of us plays a part in telling the SVSU story. Sharing our story on social media makes it easy. Last spring, you helped us identify 15 seniors who were featured on the SVSU homepage. These profiles have generated more than 500,000 impressions on Facebook, including more than 25,000 likes, comments, and shares. So please let our UCOM staff know when you hear stories about other great students and alumni from SVSU. Next month, our market research partners, the Dartlet Image Group, will be on campus to conduct a series of workshops. If you subscribe to the Chronicle of Higher Education, you may recall reading last year about Dartlet and the enrollment gains they've experienced by their clients. We are confident we can be their next success story, but I need your help. More than 800 faculty, staff, and students will be asked to participate in these workshops. I urge you to be part of the process. The process will help us discover who we are. This is important, and I'm really counting on your participation and insight. In the meantime, it is important that we maintain our visual identity standards that strengthen the university's brand. This is an example of a new logo for the Alumni Association. It's a result of a collaboration between the staff at Alumni Relations and University Communications. It shows how the identity can be created that stays within the university's brand guidelines. I ask all of you that are planning projects and programs to work with University Communications on projects like this. Moving to our second and most overarching priority, delivering high-quality academic programs leading to student success, improved retention, and enrollment strength. Let's take a look at each piece. SVSU will retain its mission to offer high-quality academic programs in all 5 colleges at this university. We see the strength of our academic programs every day, both on campus, off campus, locally, and globally. We provide students with opportunities to learn and grow through leadership programs, community engagement, and the arts and research. Our continued commitment to students has led to a significant increase in resources for student research projects, more educational partnerships both locally and internationally, and more students expanding their horizons through the study abroad program. By now you've heard about STEM at SVSU, and so have a lot of other people. This program has provided opportunities for SVSU students, faculty, and staff working in partnership with the K-12 schools in our region. This represents SVSU's partnership with the Dow Chemical Corporation, the Dow Corning Corporation, the H.H. and Grace A. Dow Foundation, and the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance. STEM has put SVSU in the spotlight, enhancing our well-deserved reputation in the STEM fields. I'd like to thank Carolyn Weirda, Adrian Cole, Dave Karpovich, Tam Sivity, Stephanie Boulay, and the entire STEM team for their very hard work and their significant accomplishments in a short period of time. Students are at the heart of everything that we do. I'm pleased to share that our fall enrollment numbers are better than we projected, thanks in large part to collaboration between domestic and international student recruitment personnel. As nearly we can tell, our total headcount for the upcoming academic year will be nearly 9,750 students. Last year, at this time, we greeted 1,502 new freshmen. This year, we will greet at least 1,520. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a significant movement in the correct direction. Dr. Huntley has put together an enrollment management council that represents a cross-section of folks across this whole campus community. This council will focus on this key issue moving forward, including the importance of improving student retention. We have improved the academic profile of the student population at SVSU while retaining the mission of serving a wide range of diverse students, continuing to be the University of Opportunity in the region. In addition, we are reshaping our financial aid strategies for students. These strategies will provide more students with additional opportunities to have access to higher education. Again, I believe we are moving very quickly in the right direction. A few years ago, we set a strategic goal to increase our international student population to about 10% of the student body. The numbers are not final yet, but it looks like we may have met or even exceeded that goal years ahead of schedule. As the map shows, our students now come from 35 countries to SVSU, with large numbers now coming from Nepal, a very significant increase in the number of students from Nepal. Our first rather large class from India, Bangladesh, both men and women, in addition to the students we've already had and continue to recruit in China, Taiwan, Saudi Arabia, and Europe. What a great opportunity for our domestic students and international students to work and learn together. That was the original intention of this initiative some years ago. I'd personally like to thank Mark Peretz, Jenna Briggs, and our new international student recruiter, Whitney Cohen, for an outstanding year in terms of recruiting international students, and very good international students with high academic abilities. But I'd also like to thank the entire International Programs office and staff. And if you go down there, it's really an incredible sight. The student workers are from all over the world that work in the International Programs office. But I'm also proud of the English language program. We applied for accreditation, English language program accreditation last year. It's a very rigorous process, and it's uncommon that you secure accreditation on the first go-round. And we were notified just the other day that the English language program was accredited by the national accrediting body on the first go-round, and that is the 11th accreditation, professional accreditation that we have at SVSU, a tremendous accomplishment. Wherever our students come from, we are here to do our best to facilitate their success. That requires engagement with their academics and also with the entire campus. We offer many co-curricular and extracurricular programs at SVSU. These programs provide opportunities for students to get involved. These programs are critical to the success of our student, teaching many of them the soft skills necessary for long-term personal and professional success. Last year, we took a step in combining student affairs with academic affairs. I did hear some comments about that move along the way. This year, we look forward to continued collaboration to benefit our students. Student success is the responsibility of everyone who works at this university. We have great teams working together to support our students, whether they are from around the block or around the world. Our third institutional priority is pursuing financial sustainability and operational excellence. While having the lowest tuition in the state helps us with our value proposition for student affordability, it does not assist us with our long-term financial outlook. While we have traditionally stayed below the legislative cap on tuition for higher education, we are exploring new ways to improve our financial funding. For SVSU to maintain our mission of affordability and access in 2016 and beyond, a continued investment from the state of Michigan is needed. This future investment by the state needs to be equitable and reward those institutions like SVSU that have demonstrated tuition restraint over all these years. We look forward to working with our friends in the legislature toward the continued restoration of higher education funding. I can't tell you how happy I am to be back in Wicks Hall. Wicks Hall was a very successful renovation project that began in May of 2014. It involved, as most of you can see, exterior upgrades, final removal of all the asbestos, especially asbestos in my office, new HVAC, electric upgrades, and all of this renovation was completed at the cost of $9.3 million. My summer in Living Center Southwest was memorable. As a matter of fact, I was there yesterday moving a new freshman in, and the young man behind the desk at the control panel on the first floor said, Dr. Bachand, are you coming back? I scolded him. I now know firsthand why our dorms are rated number 1 in the state and number 26th in the nation. But again, let me restate, it's nice to be back in Wicks Hall. I want to personally thank all the facility staff for the smooth transitioning and moving us, all of us, in and out of those facilities during this transition. What a wonderful job these people do day after day in providing us with the working environment we're blessed to have here at SVSU. I'm also really happy to report that we are sold out. Every dorm room is accounted for this year. 2,700 students have booked into these facilities. I think it's pretty close to the number, although Jim Mullidor in the Public Safety Department suggested to me that there seem to be more than 2,700 people in these rooms on any given evening. I believe this is the result of non-registered guests. But we also have a waiting list from students who want to have access to that fine housing we have on campus. So the enrollment tick up, full dorms. I mean, there are a lot of good signs that are a direct result of a lot of good work by a lot of fine people around here. Here's a glimpse of another internal renovation we'd like to undertake in the very near future, the Saginaw Library. What a great place. We made a move about 6 or 7 years ago, back when I was the academic vice president. We had this vision of transitioning the library into the epicenter of the university, making it the place where students kind of congregated to learn. Then technology and computers and databases kind of changed, significantly altered the traditional function of the library. Then we find out we could talk in the library. The next thing you know, people are eating and drinking in the library. So now we have to reconstitute the library in a different way. And we've done that through a series of meetings and planning sessions with a lot of people over the last year, and I think we're very close to a design concept. And you see some of those concepts on the screen. Take a look at the modern uses of open collaborative spaces that will position the library as a central learning hub that I'm referring to. From the Main Street concept, it'll house our writing center and tutoring center, the Center for Academic Innovation, quiet spaces, art, archives, and a whole bunch of technology and research capacity. So that's an idea we should be, we hope to share with the governing board, the Board of Control, in September and October of this year, but a project we're very much committed to. It'll be a tremendous asset to the university. It kind of also coincides with the need to renovate one of my favorite places on campus, Starbucks. Our arrangement, our agreement with Starbucks is that I think it's a complete tear down every 10 years. A total renovation is required as part of the contract. So I'm hoping to kind of create like 100,000 square foot Starbucks with lots of capacity. Looking down the road even further is an opportunity to expand the face and the outreach of our very fine College of Business and Management. It is extremely important program for the university, and yet the College of Business is kind of an inconspicuous location on the third floor of Curtis Hall. Many new folks to campus, if you ask them where the College of Business is located, they can't even tell you. We're reviewing options that would enhance the visibility of this important academic unit. Our thinking is that this will better serve our students and the faculty as well. It'll also enable the college to make more connections to the vibrant business community in the Great Lakes Bay region and the Stevens Family Business Program. We'd like to incorporate in this new design special learning spaces, enhanced classrooms, and for Wayne Mackey, a stock market room. And I was really hoping you'd like to pay for it. Okay. This will help us remain competitive in the marketplace. Stay tuned for more on this futuristic opportunity this academic year. Speaking of the future, I have very high hopes for this year's athletic programs. You know, SVSU offers 17 intercollegiate sports that accommodate 500 students at SVSU. We play in one of the top Division II conferences in the United States. This year we'll add another new sport, women's golf. They will begin competing next year. These numbers increase significantly when you add the 25 club and 24 intramural sports programs we have at SVSU. When you add them all up together, we have 2,000 of our students involved in some type of athletic sport on campus. If you want to see good hockey, go to an SVSU hockey game over at the Ice House across the street. The hockey team has been peppering me with email messages, kind of a countdown to their first game. I think it's 15 days away now. Maybe it's 16. I'll probably hear about it later this evening. Yeah, it's really impressive that our intercollegiate student athletes have an average GPA of 3.2. And I think that is a very strong testament to our coaching staff and the leadership of our fine athletic director, Mike Watson. These are coaches that impress upon the students the need for personal growth, responsibility, academic attainment, academic achievement, and competitiveness in sports. So I am really proud of their accomplishments. Of course, there are thousands of other students engaged in all kinds of other activities at SVSU, in our fine music programs, theater programs, affinity groups, volunteer groups, and student organizations. And I encourage you to attend their performances. They are absolutely first rate, and those are our students on the stage, and those are our faculty that are directing those students. And I can tell you from my years here, those students know who you are, and they know when you're in the audience, and they appreciate when you're there. So be there. It's important. The fourth priority area is to invest in people, climate, and culture. Including full and part-time and adjunct staff at SVSU, we employ nearly 1,300 people. Everything we do at SVSU contributes to the economic impact of this region. Our economic value to the region from the university is $500 million on an annual basis. $500 million. So always remember that the success of this university is very important to all of us, to our students, and it is critical that we be successful for the economic well-being of the region that we live in. Our climate survey helps us assess learning, living, and working together. This summer, we've updated our sexual harassment and discrimination policy and added gender identity. A new policy on misconduct was implemented. A new policy on sexual misconduct was implemented in July. SVSU recently hosted a workshop on Title IX training for administrators from all over the state of Michigan. We are presently ramping up for a campus-wide program on multicultural awareness and training. At SVSU, we embody a fit-friendly campus environment. We recently received the gold level status from the American Heart Association for our commitment to health and fitness. This fall's United Way campaign will be launched in partnership with our Healthy Living initiative. A healthy SVSU and its employees equate to a healthy community. Speaking of fit individuals, the Ryder Center had nearly 300,000 people use the facility this past year. Our new field house, reservations occupied 82% of all of its available time in its first year, with 26,000 participants. That number does not include parents or spectators to the events that were held there. The field house also hosted 14 varsity and high school track meets, which brought about 42,000 people to our facilities. And lastly, the Gerstacker Regional Aquatic Center held 26 varsity and external swim meets that brought over 18,000 students and their parents and spectators to this campus. Campus safety is a responsibility that we all share, and we all care about it. Our campus is one of the safest campuses in the state, thanks to a dedicated police force. We have many policies and systems in place to report or share campus emergencies, including phones, campus alerts, and a public address system. Over the summer, when our campus safety program was under the media spotlight, I had an opportunity to meet with many students, staff, community leaders, law enforcement personnel, law enforcement officials, and parents. I'd really like to thank all of you who provided me input during this comprehensive review process. I remain aware of the need to continually improve the university climate and respect the dignity of all of the people that we serve. One of the last 5 institutional priorities is to engage with the community to enhance regional and institutional success. This is one of our strongest outreach efforts that makes SVSU very distinctive. 84% of our students engage in course-based service learning by their senior year. This includes everything on the chart, from international collaboration and internships to community-based research and community outreach. This is how SVSU provides students with unique challenges beyond the classroom to address social issues in the communities all across the globe. This is a good example of community engagement. Our SVSU students serve as scribes, medical scribes at Covenant Healthcare in their emergency room. As I mentioned to you earlier, you'll see this photo out in the community. Our next billboard will help spread the word about the quality of opportunities at SVSU. SVSU hosts a variety of cultural events that are open to the public, from speakers that are nationally renowned experts in their field to an array of art, music, and theater productions. We have it all here at SVSU. These offerings provide rich opportunities for our students and those that participate in these activities. I hope you will join us. Another example of community engagement Success is the wrap-up of our campaign, our last fundraising campaign, entitled Talent, Opportunity, and Promise. To date, we have raised over $28 million, helping us surpass the original goal of $25 million. Thank you to our board chair, Mr. Scott Carmona, and his family. Their generous pledge made for a successful matching gift with so many of our alumni. More than 400 of our alumni in this campaign contributed over $300,000 to this effort. I hope you will join us on September 16th as we express our appreciation to all of our generous donors, many of whom are in this room, and demonstrate to you why every gift counts. And I'd like to offer a special thanks to Andy Bethune, the chairman of, or the executive director of our foundation, and his staff for the wonderful job they did in leading and coordinating this particular campaign. So thank you. Speaking of alumni, our team on campus is reaching new milestones daily in their outreach efforts. You remember, if you recall, last year I announced that we were going to place special emphasis on alumni relationships, and I appointed Jim Dwyer as the Director of Alumni Relations last year. So whether it's license plates, connecting alumni with students and career opportunities, the formation of affinity groups, or opening new platforms for alumni to share ideas and stories, it is really happening here. For the first time in SVSU history, 67 legacy scholarships were accorded to incoming freshmen of former graduates. Just last night, and that's how fresh this photo is, I welcomed 40 new legacy students and their families to SVSU. 2 or 3 of those and thank goodness none of those students look like this. Joe, you let this one out a little too early. Who is the face behind the ask, you may wonder? It's our own Jim Dwyer, Executive Director of Alumni Relations. I know it's scary, but he will be featured on the fall cover of Reflections magazine. And don't tell him, but I'm going to get him a life-size fat head of this photo. I'm going to give it to him this year in lieu of a pay raise. This message will be sent out to our 40,000 alumni all over Michigan and all over the world. But I got to tell you, we started this alumni office with last year, and the progress Jim and his whole staff have made in a year's time is absolutely phenomenal. We should be thankful and proud of their work. And here it is, the best part, finally. Now we come to the end of my presentation, and hopefully I'll have an opportunity to engage all of you. Leanna and I are proud to share our many Cardinal connections. We do this by displaying personal license plates, wearing Cardinal clothing, and sharing our many stories about you and this great university. We try and build ambassadors every day. I hope you will join us on this journey. Today, as you depart and head out to the picnic, you'll be given a new SVSU lapel pin. If you get 2 of them, you can wear them on both sides. And we have 2 special brand ambassadors with us today to help distribute the pins. Coop and Scarlett. Do you mind if I finish? So again, I thank you all for coming today. Leanne and I will see you at the picket. Indeed, it is a great day to be a Cardinal.